LoreWarrior Online. BRZ-A3 Berserker. Overview. Massive overspending during research and development almost kept the BRZ-A3 Berserker from making it off the drawing board. Focusing as much on appearance as on engineering, Defiance Industries spared no expense in creating this new, state-of-the-art juggernaut. Plagued with design problems, the Berserker finally entered full-scale production in 3056. With all of Defiance Industries' marketing muscle behind it, this mighty assault mech became an instant success. Capabilities. The Berserker weighs in at a staggering 100 tons. It is the fastest mech in its weight class ever built. It breathes fire and carries a really big axe. It's also one of the most expensive battle mechs in existence. The awesome Berserker is a catalogue of superlatives. Like the classic Atlas before it, the Berserker was carefully crafted to look intimidating. With its head-mounted Zippo flamer, few who survive the experience can forget the sight of 100 tons of assault mech belching flame as it wades into enemy lines, swinging its 7-ton hatchet. When not hacking an opponent apart, the Berserker falls back on two highly accurate Sutel precision large pulse lasers and a Defiance 1001 extended range PPC. Massively armoured, the Berserker's defences are strengthened further with Guardian ECM and anti-missile systems. The key to the Berserker's success, and the reason for its mind-numbing price tag of 32 million C-bills, is its massive LTV 400 XL engine. Capable of propelling this mountain of weaponry and armour at more than 65 kph, sophisticated Myoma acceleration signal circuitry boosts the engine's performance to an amazing 86 kph. Deployment. Given its long love affair with the assault mech, it's no surprise that Defiance Industries executives considered the Lyran military their primary market. The awe-inspiring thought of a fast 100-ton mech easily overcome the minor point of the same money could purchase them 3 Atlas S variants. The Free Rasalhague Republic's Kung's army, traditionally favouring hatchet-armed mechs, and immediately purchased a number of these Berserkers alongside the Axeman and Hatchetman for their 1st tier and 3rd Dracon's regiments. Not surprisingly, the Berserker has also proven popular in the Solaris arenas, with several major stables acquiring this unforgettable crowd pleaser. Variants. Defiance Industries replaced the large pulse lasers with Coventry Starfire LRM-10 launchers and ammunition in its BRZ-B3 model. But this variant isn't particularly popular. With the Lyran military facing the daunting task of rebuilding after the Fedcom Civil War, Defiance Industries came up with a second variant that addresses the issue with the Berserker's exorbitant cost. At 6 million C-bills less, the C3 model replaces the 400XL power plant with a brand new LTV 400 light engine variant. The 2 large pulse lasers give way to 6 extended range medium lasers and triple strength myomas, replacing the bulky mask system, giving the mech the same impressive top speed while making the hatchet an even more fearsome weapon. Finally, 1 heatsink is removed to make way for a C3 slave unit. Notable mech warriors. Gordon Jurgensen. The weight of commanding the Free Rasalhague Republic's 3rd Dracons fell squarely on Jurgensen's shoulders after Joan Dahlstrom died on Thun during an unsanctioned raid into the Wolf clan occupation zone. With his senior officer down and the wolves closing in, Jurgensen executed a brilliant fighting withdrawal. Confirmed as the Dracon's commander, Jurgensen has chosen to harness the Berserker and its mentality that fueled the raid into the clan occupation zone, and has requisitioned replacement mech designs that incorporate hatchets or other close combat weaponry. Gavin Hacker Hastings. A rising star on the Solaris fight circuit, Hastings earned his fight name from his fondness for mechs equipped with close combat weapons. Offered a contract with Silver Dragon Stables by Marcus Neville, Hastings accepted. With access to the resources only the top stables on Solaris can command, Hastings managed to acquire his ultimate battle mech, a Berserker, fresh off the line. Best remembered for his spectacular battle with Richard Fury Fulton in 3066, Hastings stalked Fulton's juggernaut through a holographic kaleidoscope of terrain in the Boreal Reaches. In the end, the Berserker's phenomenal armour and Hastings' grim determination allowed him to close with his Bromley Stables opponent. The fight ended when Hacker Hastings landed the famous hatchet attack, which now is an image that graces the main titles of the popular Mech Talk show. Probably one of the most recognisable assault mechs past after the publication of this TRO. It is pretty damn cool looking, I have to admit, the Berserker. But looking at it, it's 100 tons chassis is a Defiance Berserker chassis with a powerplant LTD 400XL, cruise of 43, max of 65 with mask 86 kph, no jump jets obviously. Its armour is a Duralex Heavy Special, armed with a single Defiance 1001 extended range PPC, a Zippo Flamer, 2 Subtle Precision line large pulse lasers, that's a weird one, and a main fire missile point anti-missile system. Manufactured by Defiance Industries, primary factory on Hesperus 2. Communication systems is a Neil 9000 with Guardian ECM, and targeting and tracking is the Angst Clearview 2A. So, not the most heavily armed mech out there. I mean, you think of 100 tonners, you think of mechs that have just got big, hefty firepower, and 2 large pulse and a single ERPPC. It's not, much for other 100 tonners compared to things like later on, like you've got the Fafnir, obviously. But even then, you've still got things like the King Crab, you've got the Atlas, obviously, you've got the Imp, you've got the Annihilator, the Devastator. There's a lot out there that do more damage in its weight class, but not as many that move as quickly as this mech does. On the table, this means it moves at 4 walking, 6 running, which is 6 is really good standard, 8 when it's got mask. It can sink 32 heat through its 16 double heat sinks, and its armour is 46 on the CT, 15 on the rear, 31 on the side torsos with 10 on the rear of each, and 34 on the arms and 38 on the legs. So it can take a kicking and still go. Sadly, the TROs don't really have any of the other variant stats written up. That's why they always got you with the record sheets, you see. They always stung you with that. They gave you the main prize, except for when it was the Omnimex. They always gave you all the Omnimex variants in the TROs, but just not for standard battle mechs. Don't know why they did it like that. But yeah, the Berserker. It's a cool looking mech. It's also nice to see that it was an assault mech that went. The main thrust of the thing is that it runs quick, it gets in, and it just hammers a mech to death with the hatchet. As it says, that thing weighs 7 ton. It's a lot of damage per swing. Other than that, yeah, it's. I imagine it's quite popular with everyone in the chat, although I think opinions may be divided based on cost combined with its Innisphere XL, which is a big discussion point, I imagine. But, at the same time, it's a pretty damn cool looking mech. On the table, it probably causes a lot of mayhem, because nobody wants a 100-ton assault mech to go charging into the front line and start, tearing up your lance before you've had a proper go. Coupled with its Guardian ECM to protect it from incoming fire, at least a little bit, and its AMS, which will, give it some protection from some of the missiles. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not a bad mech. But, yeah, thanks for listening, everyone. I'll catch you next time for the last of the TRO 3055 Innisphere assault mechs, the Grand Titan. So, see you then. Have a good one all. Bye-bye.